You know, we missed like half of SmackDown last week.
Did we?
Yeah, those
Why?
the talking segments went on so long last week that we actually had SmackDown segments that aired exclusively online, including the debut of our new character. Was actually took place last week in an online segment, and they set up that match with Julia also online.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and Matt
I,
Cardona got told off by the Miz and uh, Kit Wilson.
oh, he's still alive?
Well, yeah,
We
he's
haven't seen either of them in a while. I didn't know what happened to them. Listen, the last guy that going back to your comment on the Shinsuke Nakamura partner, boy, was I wrong.
yeah, actually, yeah, because that's the big news of the week.
It is the big news of the week.
He is apparently moved to the WWE alumni section.
That he is. But let's talk a little more about that a little bit later, Brad, as we...
We're going to be talking about him a lot. Do you know why, Greg?
Why?
The choir has done a exchange this week. They've been hanging out, so they've been doing a foreign exchange program, and it just happened they brought in a Russian folk band. So they have a song for you, Greg. You ready?
Yeah. Okay.
Dragonov's now WWE alumni. So Greg, pick a wrestler. Who's it gonna be? One man stays, one gets shown the door. Would you rather have Ilja or Greg, make your pick. Ilja or
Okay.
Well, the game today is going to be, there's going to be, every once in a while, Greg, I'll just randomly bring up a wrestler that was in the previous segment and ask you, Ilja Dragunov or...
All right. We can do that.
So, Greg, first of all, I had to watch the beginning of SmackDown at the end of SmackDown because I started 15 minutes late because I wanted a buffer. And I started on a commercial, and it rolled right into the MFT's entrance. And I didn't get to see anything.
And I texted you and said, don't bother going back.
But I did go back because you had to put your dog out before we started recording. And so I went back and I watched.
And do you regret your life choices?
I do regret my life choices.
Told you.
So, Greg, would you rather have Ilya Dragunov or Nick Aldis?
Nick Aldis.
Okay. Ilya Dragunov or how about Kiana James, who's also on the missing list right now?
I'm gonna say Dragunov. I feel though this is starting to turn into like when I go to the eye doctor and he's flipping the prescriptions around in my eyes and like, is it better number 1 or number 2?
Number 1, number 2, number 3. Yeah, no, we'll play a little Would You Rather. It's a classic kids game, and we have to do something with the SmackDown because I'm avoiding talking about the main event for a while because you called it last week.
Oh, my friend. Oh, my friend. Yeah.
Yeah, with that, let's play the theme song and we'll get into it.
Podcast and sports entertainment is Brad, the dad, and Father Greg, the SmackDaddies.
Well, hello, friends. Welcome to your SmackDown review for The Hub. I am Brad, the dad, and running shotgun with me is my tag team partner, Greg, Father Feltham.
Bless you, my son. Still not sure why I'm here.
Well, you're here because it's Friday night and we just watched SmackDown. The better question is, why did you watch SmackDown?
That's yeah.
I I can't believe that you called it a week ago.
Dude, it's a full-time job calling this shit.
Well, I talked to Randy today, and we were chatting on the phone, and he was like, "Oh, I think we could have a title change here in Toronto tonight." And I was like, "Did you not listen to podcasts? Like, I listen to podcasts. Greg's just being a downer. It's not like they're gonna do a screwy finish."
What? No, they'd never do that.
This finish by the end, Greg, just made you go.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm not gonna hold back. I'm gonna tell you the title of tonight's episode.
Is it bust?
And no, Brad, it's actually you inspired it because you actually had a very poignant comment in the super secret group chat tonight.
Okay.
Because Brad, I'll tell everyone now. I'm gonna bury the lead here with this. But Brad had such insight because during the backstage segment, about three-quarters of the way through the show, they cut to Kevin Owens in the back giving an interview. Brad went and said he's in the Toronto Maple Leafs dressing room. This is not a good omen. And so, Brad, for you, for tonight, we're calling this episode a tradition of losers since 1967.
And we got that call out during the match too from CM Punk. You haven't won anything since '67.
That he did.
I mean, he's not lying.
No. All right, Brad. Let's get through this so we can go to bed and hopefully wake up and pretend this didn't happen.
Pretend that this wonderful show that you love didn't happen.
Yeah.
So, Greg, recap the one. Can't start without a recap, Greg. That would be silly. And so we're talking about how Sam got screwed out of a title match last week. Randy and Cody almost killed each other, and we almost had Cody commit murder with the steel chair. But don't worry, Sammy's here. He wants justice, and Nick Aldis is like, "What? What do you want me to do about this?" It's like, give him a title match.
Sure. Why not?
You said the bell rang. They never brought up that point, but he still got screwed out of this match.
Yeah.
And then Cody's in the ring screaming for Randy as Randy walked in on Sammy saying, "What are you going to do about it?" And then, so we're going to get Cody and Randy squaring off, and Nick Aldis basically comes wind sprinting out and is like, whoa. Since you two don't respect me or respect anything else, the one thing you both want is the title. So if you put your hands on each other before your match at Sunday night's main event, then you will never get a title match again.
No title for you?
No title for you. And then Randy will be a professional, but Cody gets called out for not having a killer instinct, and Cody basically threatens to murder Randy Orton. And I went back and watched this. And you're right. Well, what was the point of this whole segment?
Yeah.
Netflix tried to cut it for me, and I fought them.
Yeah.
But you know what I would have missed? The MFTs walking in the back, cutting a promo with creepy music underneath it, talking about how where's everybody now? They are now the tag team champions. And then Haku comes in and says, they're the MF and Tongans.
Yeah. Yep. I had to bleep that, though.
Well, we definitely had to bleep that. So this is Greg, I made a note here. This is the closest thing to the bloodline we have on this show. This is a bloodline-free zone.
I was hoping that, but I don't know.
You know that they added a Samoan to NXT this week.
I heard that.
Did you hear that he tried to cut a promo and may have created a new category?
No. I didn't.
He tried to say that he is not a nympho baby or nepo baby, but I slipped up there too. He said nympho baby, not nepo baby, nympho baby, because a sex addicted baby. He is not a sex addicted baby.
Fair enough, I think.
Also, for anyone who's listening along and is like, "What's an info baby?" Don't search for it. It'll screw up your search history permanently.
Yeah, that sounds like it might.
Also, will definitely get you on some watch lists.
Probably.
So
That's probably right.
the one thing I will shout out, Greg, is if you ever see it comes up in your feed, you see Grayson Waller back in NXT. His promos are amazing. He basically called out Zilla for saying, "Hey, mate, you finally got the ankle bracelet off, so you can now come wrestle with WWE."
Yeah.
So shout out to Grayson Waller. I wish he was on SmackDown. Here you go, Greg. Here's your would you rather. Would you rather Ilya Dragunov or Grayson Waller?
Would I rather Ilya Dragunov or Grayson Waller? I don't even know why you're even asking me this question because that's easy. It's 100% going to be Ilya Dragunov.
Okay, here's an easy one for you too. Then Ilya Dragunov or the Bloodline?
Another easy one. That's going to be Ilya Dragunov all day.
Okay, so we now have the MFTs versus one of Greg's favorites, the our Priest, the former tag team champions, as they lost their titles in a triple threat match. And Greg, it's been like 5 minutes, so you know what that means. We have to have a recap.
Yep. That's where we live.
Well, we had to figure out what happened last week. I mean, Greg, it was that was like a whole week ago.
That was like a whole week ago.
My daughter finished her class. My son returned from a foreign vacation. And now the MFTs are tag team champions. And basically this match was Truth and Priest beating up the Tongans, except during the commercial where they beat down Truth. He tags in Priest. Priest rallies. We have a choke slam exchange. My favorite part about this is Damian Priest is like trying not to take too many big bumps. His leap off the stairs was pretty fun with a double axe handle on the outside. And then instead of like trying to hop back up on the steps, he walks up the steps to get onto the edge of the apron and then gets dropped on the edge of the apron. R-Truth also did a great job with his John Cena rallying, but it's not enough. And then the Tongans use another finishing move, which they call the Red Cross. And 1, 2, 3, the Tongans win again.
Sure.
And then we tease, Greg, because what are we going to tease?
A potential breakup
between Priest and Truth. But
Yep.
Priest doesn't kill Truth. And you're just like, man, like we need another heel on this show.
Yeah.
We desperately need a tag team. But no. Can't have nice things.
We cannot have nice things.
Speaking of not having nice things, CM Punk's in the back and he's talking to Kathy Kelly in front of the Raptors logo. And this was also not a good omen for what happens later.
That's very true.
One of the two teams that stays in this arena has won a championship within my lifetime, and the other one hasn't won a championship since television went to color.
I'm still waiting for something for you to say that's not factual.
Punk is talking about his beef with Owens, and he says, Owens, you talk about me not changing. Well, you haven't changed either. And I was going to say, whoa. Punk has changed a lot. He's now willing to go to Saudi Arabia and get his blood money.
I can't even tonight, Brad.
And before he can continue, Randy Orton cuts him off and says, fair warning, after I'm done with Cody, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for number 15.
Sure.
Then we cut to the back. We have Chelsea waiting outside the trainer's room for Tiffy, checking on how Tiffy's doing. Greg, Tiffy's got broken ribs.
Yeah. a lot of concern tonight on Tiffy's midsection. We all hope that there's no major damage to Tiffy's midsection. It's a big part of her from her move set and her ability to hit those moves require a strong core. So I'm sure that Tiffy will with a little bit of TLC will heal up just fine.
Speaking of acronyms, three-letter acronyms, Paige is here because she used to be part of a faction with three-letter acronym. Anyways, she is there and she's telling, "Hey Chelsea, I know what a great speech you did last week, and I know how it feels like to have an injury get in the way of your hopes and dreams. You'll be fine." And then Fatal Influence comes in, Greg, and they're basically making fun of them. What are you talking to Paige for? She doesn't know how to hold on a title. Neither does Tiffy. And basically, Paige threatens to go get that U.S. title. Isn't she feuding with Bella?
I've given up trying to follow that.
She basically says, since the Bella backstabbers aren't here, she's going to go for the U.S. title. Why doesn't she team up with Tiffy and they could go after the tag titles?
I don't know. That would make too much logical sense.
Why doesn't Paige make friends? Because the Bellas are going to come back as a team and just wreck her.
That's very true as well.
All right. Your would you rather? Would you rather have Fatal Influence or Ilya Dragunov?
Oh, Dragunov.
Even though they have all the titles?
Yeah, Dragunov.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of would you rather still. Greg, we see so we have Blake Monroe getting ready for her match with Julia and then talking about what she's gonna wear.
Yeah.
Sure. Greg, Blake Monroe or Ilya Dragunov?
I think that the jury's still out on that one yet. I don't have enough of Blake Monroe to answer that one yet.
And the sample size doesn't grow because Blake Monroe comes out. Oh, so Julia comes out for the match, and Blake Monroe attacks her and just basically beats her down and hits the neutralizer and leaves her laying, and we don't get a match. Greg, what was the point of this other than it was an excuse to get Blake Monroe on the show?
I'm not sad about this though.
Well, it's a different way to establish a character.
Sure.
I'll give you another one. You know who else is missing? And I noticed him in the reel because they've added him to the waiting music because I didn't have my buffer tonight.
Who?
Ricky Saints. Ilya Dragunov or Ricky Saints?
Ooh, Dragunov.
The Greg's like, I'm counting, by the way, Greg. Like, there's very few people you haven't picked Dragunov over. It's like you are really mad about this Dragunov thing.
Not mad. I just think I would rather Dragunov put on some good matches, so I'd much rather watch that.
And he got us through those 3-hour eras by winning the title just before Christmas and basically sucking up 30 minutes of a show every week.
Yes.
And his reward for that was unemployment.
Not resigning.
Yeah, just stupid. So, speaking of stupid, Alexa's in the back. Actually, I really like this. Alexa and Charlotte talking about going out for drinks for Lexi's birthday, and they're going to get some Prosecco's and a Bloody Mary. And then Dana Baxley walks in and says, "Who's Mary, and do I have to bring my own blood?"
Yeah.
And then Jade and the baddies come in, and she goes, "Are one of them Mary, and do I get to take their blood?"
Sure.
She's just kooky. And
yes,
it's fine because Jade's like, if it wasn't for her, I would have beat you, Charlotte. And then Charlotte laughs at them and says, "Hey, the weird girl's with us. And also, she took out both of your baddies." And this leads to B-Fab mouthing off. And Greg, I was threatened with violence tonight.
You were?
Yeah, B-Fab match.
Yeah, that's very fair.
That's violence. That's an assault against my eyes and my taste.
That's very fair.
But fortunately, it's Michin. So, is there a snowball's chance in hell? Okay, more likely that the Toronto Maple Leafs will win the Stanley Cup next year, or Michin will win her match next week.
Yeah. I think I have more faith in the Leafs, and that's sad.
And that's really sad. Michin, I'm sorry. You are not winning. On the good side, we are not seeing BFAB wrestle. Although my guess is that we're getting Tatum Paxley versus Meechin, and then BFAB, and then some kind of 6-woman tag.
Sure, that's a possibility.
On the plus side,
I don't
this
think
week,
it's a good one, but it's a possibility.
well, we got to keep Jade from wrestling as much as possible. And the more times she can be in 6-woman tag team matches, managing the other girls, that's better.
That's again, I'm not sad about any of that. So, okay.
When it's bad when BFAB's in your faction, and she may not be the worst wrestler.
Yeah. All right, fair.
Okay, the other fun fact I learned, I was like, you get those reels. I got the one that comes on my thing all the time, Greg, is 10 facts you didn't know. Do you know who BFAB is related to? I'll give you a hint. He's on the roster. Recently came out from NXT, and let's just say he's Joe Boy.
Javon Evans?
Javon Evans and BFAB are cousins.
Sure.
We have another bloodline, Greg.
That's more than one royal family, buddy.
We're like 1.5 royal families.
Yeah.
Your boy Trick Williams is here with little Yachty and his pimp stick. And immediately I'm like, does Yachty just like have nothing else to do?
Didn't they call it the trick stick or something?
It's a pimp stick. Come on now.
I was gonna say, I mean, all I could think of is like you should call it a gaff or something because you need one on a yacht. Like,
Oh, very well done. I mean, it's definitely a pimp stick because they come out and say, whoop that trick. Like, come on now.
all right.
So, guess what? We're going to see a recap to see how Baron Corbin beat Carmelo Hayes in his hometown.
Sure. Yeah. That's exactly what I want to see.
Come on, Greg. That was the best part of SmackDown last week.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And where's Carmelo Hayes this week?
Probably still in Boston.
Probably crying somewhere about his buddy Ilya getting released. And
Maybe.
so Corbin gets called out, drives out in his little rinky-dink motorcycle, thinks he's a tough guy, and hey, he's done. He's done with Trick.
Timu American Badass.
Oh my gosh, Greg, that's what he is. He is the Timu American Badass.
Uh-huh.
He's a poor man's Undertaker.
Yeah.
Who retired Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
And is one of the 2 wrestlers who failed to cash in Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
No, 3, because I think it's
3?
Cena. It's Cena, him, and Mizdow.
Fair.
So that's it. Those are the 3 guys who can't cash in Money in the Bank. So yeah, whatever. Anyways, he's gonna not do that. So Yachty sneaks up behind him, hits him with the stick, and this basically leads to Corbin getting frustrated. And he goes, "Fine, if I get 5 minutes with Yachty, and he survives 5 minutes with me alone in a ring, you can have your match, Trick, at Saturday night's main event." So we're gonna get a little Yachty match where he's just gonna have to run like a son of a gun.
Yeah, he's got 5 minutes.
Okay, Greg, here's a really tough one. Little Yachty
Uh-huh.
or Ilya Dragunov?
That's not really a tough one.
I was going to do Baron Corbin for this one, but I was like, we all know the answer to that question.
Yeah. All right.
Kevin Owens is with the Toronto Maple Leafs logo behind him. And Finn comes in to try and say, hey, man, I want a future title shot. But Gunther cuts him off and talks about the shadow of Finn Balor. And I love how Kevin Owens just calls out the trite things. He's like, hey, look, we're about to be interrupted. And then Gunther comes in. And then after he leaves, he's like, is he always mad or is that just his accent? And Finn's like, no, he's always mad. Hey, man, win your title. But I'll be coming for you after you do.
Oh, Brad.
So I think there's a real possibility of something very interesting on SmackDown. You could have Owens and Sammy, and you could have Finn and Gunther, or you could have all 4 of them and the winner gets Punk.
Uh, sure.
Or, I mean, we'll talk about how it finishes. I think that you could be setting up your number one contender with a Finn Gunther feud. We need a match on SmackDown that will be good, and if you put two of them in the ring, that match is going to be stellar.
Yeah, maybe.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I would be rooting for Finn. As much as I like Gunther, I think it'd be interesting to see Finn back with Punk again.
Fair.
Okay, so Tiffany Stratton is up next against Lash Legend. And Greg, we get a recap from last week's beatdown. But we don't get my favorite spot, the Oreo.
No, we don't get your Oreo spot.
But we will in a second. Anyways, Tiffy's trying to do all of her offense, but obviously her midsection's messed up. So Lash just starts kneeing her in the midsection, and eventually Tiffy tries to dive to the outside, gets caught, and thrown into the ring post. There's a Tiffy beatdown. She eventually recovers. She does a great handspring into a stunner, tries for the swanton, misses. That really hurts her. And then Tiffy eventually gets caught on the top rope into a Lash extension. 1, 2, 3. Greg, this was a good match. I gotta say, I am more and more impressed with Lash Legend every time I see her wrestling.
Yeah, you think so?
I think she's getting better.
Fair?
And I think there's something about, like, I think her and Nia together just are a better package.
Yeah, I could see that.
Eventually, you can put Lash and her real life fiance / I think they might even be married at this point. Her real life husband Trick together, and you could have fun with that.
Yeah, they got married. Remember, there's the whole big segment that he missed the show when
Because he was off whooping that Trick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you can put them together eventually. But in the meantime, we're just gonna have Tiffy get beat up by Nia, and then out comes Chelsea Green. And you could tell they weren't allowed to make contact with Chelsea, but didn't mean Chelsea couldn't hit them. And she started swinging a kendo stick and cleared the ring.
Yeah, why not?
Most impressive thing about this run, Greg, was that she made that sprint out in those heels.
Oh, Chelsea.
Okay, Greg, I'm going to give you another would you rather. Would you rather Nia Jax or Ilya Dragunov?
Oh, Dragunov.
Okay, this is an easy one. Ilya Dragunov or Matt Ryder?
I think I'd have to say Dragunov.
And finally, Johnny Gargano or Ilya Dragunov?
Oh, Gargano.
Just because you don't want him to get off the box?
That's right.
Yeah, and if he gets released, he's going to go on a hell of an indie run. Although, I'm still thinking, like, that we gave him the greatest run of all time. He is the new Virgil. Just do autograph signings and don't get off the table.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
It would be so much fun. So Kevin Owens highlights makes up our last segment going into our main event. Oh, I fibbed. We have Shinsuke Nakamura warning us that there's a ticking time bomb coming. And he now the madness has arrived. He's been threatening for weeks. And Greg, we have a new wrestler on the roster.
Yeah, that we do. We do.
Do you have any idea who this is?
Not really.
He is former New Japan Pro Wrestler Hiromu, decorated champion from the East, man in his 40s, wears flashy jackets, and of course WWE immediately changes his name.
Of course.
Did you catch the name of our new wrestler?
Yes.
It started with a K. I was like, what?
Yeah. Hold on. Give me a sec.
Anyways, he's now in WWE, Greg.
Yoki.
Sure.
Kyoki.
Yoki, sure.
Yoki, I think is what the name is.
I'm pretty sure he could have just been Hiromu.
Probably.
Spelled differently.
Sure, but we can't have that.
So we have another tag team. We have. Do they get flute music, Greg?
They might.
I'm terrified they're going to come out. They have flute music, but don't forget they both also can spit mist.
They could spit mist.
This is not going to end well. And
No.
eventually, I think they'll be joined by Evil, who is now has a different name in NXT.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, anyways, for a while I thought it might have been him. You thought it might have been Dragunov. Hiromu or Dragunov, Greg?
Hiromu or Dragunov? It's going to be Dragunov because Devil You Know versus Devil You Don't.
Ooh, I'll get another one for you. Shinsuke Nakamura or Dragunov?
Nakamura or Dragunov? Ooh. I'm gonna say Dragunov.
We're definitely putting this up as a social clip, and that can be the game people can play at home. Would you rather? And you can tell me, give me the list below. Comment all the wrestlers that's like, if you would release, who would you release instead of Dragunov?
It's very fair.
Baron Corbin should be the top of everybody's list. And I don't care, like, if you're hearing this below, if you comment on anything this week, it's why do we have Corbin and not Dragunov?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I got some questions for Triple H. He was doing really well, and then he said, "You know what? We need Baron Corbin and Big Cass back."
That we do. Yeah, it's exactly what we need, Brad.
We're not going to push, Dragunov, Carmelo Hayes, Joe Boys, Bouncy, Javon Evans.
No, we can't do any of that.
Listen, I'm not even as down on Big Cass being back as Baron Corbin. Because, like, have you seen Cass recently?
No.
He looks, we queue up the main event. Just Google him. He looks like $1 million. The guy's shredded.
Well, that's good.
So I'm not down on it. I just, like, could we not have put the two of them together and made them a tag team on Raw where they need tag teams?
That would have been nice.
They could have rode motorcycles together, Greg.
They could have.
But instead, he's there. And CM Punk's out in a hockey mask, and he's going to wrestle Kevin Owens for the main event.
Yeah, that was a weird thing.
I thought it was a Blackhawks mask. I hit rewind.
I thought it was me. Yeah, I don't know what the hell it was.
The Blackhawks, the Leafs, original 6 teams, like, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, possibly.
But no, it's just a hockey
Someone
mask.
who's smarter will tell us.
I don't care. Like, Punk comes out and Kevin Owens just starts hitting him. And I immediately message you in the secret group chat and say, if he just hits him like this whole match, it's going to be a great match.
Yeah.
And then you comment, even better, on on something I've never seen before with the table.
Yeah, the table spot in this match was kind of fun.
Which was that they took the table apart and then Punk put it back together?
That's right. Yeah, he put it back together wrong, but still.
The attempt was made.
That's right.
He didn't realize the KFC logo was upside down.
I mean, he should.
So Owens hits a killer cannonball in the corner after a Punk beatdown on a stunner that was turned into a neck breaker. So then we get that cannonball. When we try to get the first swanton, CM Punk rolls to the outside. He gets put on the table, and then Owens frog splashes him through the table by jumping off the barricade. We then roll back into the ring and get the swanton, and then we get the near pinfall, and we get the guys down, and the camera pans out. And my favorite part about this is you can see Wade Barrett flipping stuff off the table so he can set up his screen again on the floor.
That's right. Wade needs a screen.
He's a professional.
He
So
is.
finally we get Punk counters to pop a power bomb. We get a counter, and then the ref gets basically squished twice.
So I'll be honest with you. Up to this point, I was actually enjoying this match.
Oh man, the ungraceful elbow, the chops, like everything, they played it well. The Anaconda Vice, the match was the GTS counter into the sharpshooter, like everything was just perfect.
Yeah.
Then the ref bump, and all hell breaks loose because we get a stunner and a 1-2-3. We get a GTS and a 1-2-3, but no ref because Angler is dead. And finally, Sami Zayn comes out. He pushes Punk into the corner. rolls him back in the ring. We get a stunner. The ref comes in. 1, 2. And if he would have put his foot on the rope, Greg, I would have said, whatever. But he kicked out of a stunner and a shot to the corner.
Yeah.
Because we can't make CM Punk look weak.
Yeah.
So then this leads to Sammy getting more directly involved. He tries to give Owens the title to smack Punk with, but instead Kevin wants to do it the right way, and so Sammy blasts him with the title, and this leads to a GTS and a 1, 2, 3. So Kevin Owens gets pinned by Punk. We don't get the screwy finish. By the way, Randy said, well, maybe that would be what happened. We get a screwy finish. But no. Punk has to beat Owens. And then we get all kinds of shenanigans from Sammy afterwards where he attacks everybody with the title. And Sammy's left standing.
Yep.
But Punk had to get that win on Owens. Because that was essential.
100%.
Tom, you know what? I think Kevin Owens is telling no lies. Because this is that ego trip Punk crap that happened in AEW.
Yeah. I don't know.
If this match ends in a smosh and this leads to a 3-way, I'm actually much happier than what we got.
So what I've read is that there are no plans for Kevin Owens and CM Punk again.
Are you kidding me? This is going to be left like this?
That's how it's supposed to be left, is what I've read.
So what? Punk goes on vacation for a month?
Probably.
Well, he is wrestling against All Out, which is going to be, they're having a NXT show in Chicago against All Out.
Sure.
This is just...
Yep.
It was a terrible finish that just proved that CM Punk's ego gets in the way of what would have made anything would have been better than this. I couldn't have thought of a worse finish.
Oh, don't worry, WWE will find a way to make it worse.
Well, I guess the worst finish would have been no interference, and they just would have jobbed out Owens right away.
Yeah.
Okay, well, at this point in the day, I got nothing else to say, Greg. Do you have anything else you'd like to add for this?
No.
Then
I don't.
Then I think it is time for our SmackDown synopsis.
This is your SmackDown synopsis.
And your SmackDown synopsis today is brought to you by SmackDaddies.ca. You can see all links to our socials and all the other things. Greg, we're slowly getting our way to 500. It's funny, on different social platforms, things do better. So I got to say, Facebook loves our ongoing Bloodline Be Gone. But YouTube,
which we haven't done tonight.
Right, we haven't done it. Should we do that before we go to the synopsis?
No, you've already played the music now.
Okay, we'll end with the Bloodline Be Gone, because I love playing that game with you, by the way.
Yeah, you're not going to like it tonight.
Oh no, I think I know who it is. All right, Greg. That whole opening, I'm gonna put Sami Zayn all the way through with the Cody and Randy stuff, all as one big.
Do you know what? I'm gonna save you the time tonight, Brad, because I'm feeling generous. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna do this a little. Go back to the what would Greg actually watch here? What I would watch. The Damian Priest R-Truth Tama Tala match wasn't that bad, except for the screw up by the ref who forgot to count the 3 count. That Tama Tonga didn't kick out of it time. So I'd watch that match, maybe with a little edit in there, so Charles Robinson doesn't look like a dum-dum, but that's all right.
That's right, because we skimmed over that. Charles Robinson definitely should have counted 3.
Yeah. The Julia Blake Monroe, I don't think we needed that on the show tonight. Trick Williams calling out Baron Corbin, sure, why not? We're gonna get 5 minutes of Little Yachty in Atlanta, sure. Tiffy and Lash, I did not mind this match. Then we move on to, in reality, the introduction of Shinsuke Nakamura's new partner, sure. And main event was pretty good until it wasn't. So yeah.
Yeah, I think the Miz will end our thing by saying,
Really? 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 Really?
Thank you, Mike.
"All right, Greg. Well, then that leads us to Bloodline Beyond." So I will play the music and we will go right into uh, our favorite theme song.
Bloodline be gone. 6 years of cousins, turns and lies. Meanwhile, so many careers said goodbye. Bloodline be gone. They're gone but not forgotten. While Roman's family tree kept growing, the future stars were dropping. Be gone, be gone, be gone. Who's getting released while the bloodline rolls on? Bloodline be gone. Tell us who got fired. Bloodline be gone. While the cousins got rehired.
All right, Brad. Tonight's Bloodline Begons. All right, let's start here. If you don't get this one in round one, I'm gonna be shocked because you can probably guess it already. I was born in Russia and built my wrestling career in Europe. I became known for an incredibly intense and physical wrestling style. I became one of the most respected wrestlers in the independent scene before making it to WWE. My matches are often described as brutal, dramatic, and hard-hitting.
Oh, I'm not even going to say his name because I will tell you his name.
Я Dragunov's now WWE alumni. So Greg Picares.
Yes, Brad, that was going to be my tribute, but I didn't realize the choir had already worked on it. So that's how I was going to cover that tonight.
Ilya,
I
well,
joined
I just could not believe Ilya Dragunov. It was like, of course you're going to talk about Ilya.
a few more things. I joined WWE, became one of the standout workers of NXT UK, a legendary rivalry with Walter, now known as Gunther. Their match at TakeOver 36 for the NXT UK Championship, where he suffered an injury to his chest during the match, refused to give up. And he eventually defeated Walter to become the NXT UK champion with a reign that lasted 300 days. He became NXT champion by defeating Carmelo Hayes. He's nicknamed the Mad Russian, drafted to the main roster, moved to Raw, and yeah, that was really it.
Suffered a tremendous injury, got a really cool tattoo, and then came back and really helped the 3-hour era of SmackDown this year. I would argue is the MVP of the 3-hour era of SmackDown.
And now you're on the outside looking in, Brad.
I can only hope that his contract's up in time for him to be at Wembley.
Well, so his contract expires, so there's no wait period.
Well, here's hoping that Ilya will be in the Casino Battle Royal. Would be a great spot to debut Dragunov.
Fair enough.
I have a bad feeling though he's going to end up in someplace like NA or TNA or Major League Wrestling because AEW can't take everybody.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but
he could end up like the Motor City Machine Guns and just show up and not wrestle.
Could do that too.
Well, Greg, it could be worse. You could be I think you're going to be able to do Baron Corbin probably a second time. We could probably do 2 Baron Corbins if the right things are going.
Oh, Brad.
Also, on the MIA list, who I'm afraid is going to get added to your Bloodline Begons, my last question to you is, where is... she was a TNA knockout champion. She is... Where did that one go?
Knockout champion?
Yeah, she was the knockout champion. She came up and feuded with Jade earlier this year, and we haven't seen her in months. She got injured, and we haven't seen her since.
Ah, yes.
We can't remember her name. It's been that long.
Jordan Grace.
Jordan Grace. I really hope she doesn't join the Bloodline Begons. Like, they don't need her. Maybe we don't need her on SmackDown, but boy, oh boy, it's not like you should be throwing away somebody like Jordan Grace.
Yeah, I don't know, Brad.
I think that might be a good way to end the SmackDown tonight. I don't know, Greg. Like, so next week is a tape show, so we may be phoning it in, just like SmackDown is being phoned in from Ottawa on Monday.
Next 2 weeks, I think.
Really? What's the?
I believe for end of summer, they're doing some extra tapings. Let's take a look. They're doing Raw and SmackDown on Monday. And then on Friday the 28th, they're doing Raw and SmackDown.
Oh, so
they're doing Raw and SmackDown this Monday, and then they're taping next week's Raw and SmackDown on Friday.
Okay.
Yep.
So we're getting in Ottawa on the 24th. We're getting Raw and then SmackDown. And then on September 4th, we're taping in the Rocket Arena. We're taping SmackDown
on the 28th.
Oh, on the 20.
So there's going to be 2 double tapings next week.
Oh.
Double taping on Monday, double taping on Friday.
So that means that the next 2 SmackDowns are taped.
Correct. Right through to, that would take us then all the way through to
Sunday night's main event.
Yeah.
What is going on?
And then they go to Mexico.
I mean, I'm not going to complain for the wrestlers because that gives them, like, functionally, that gives them a week off.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to work Monday, they're going to work Friday, and then...
Yeah.
Oh, let me leave you... Actually, I'll add one more thing, because this is like... During one of the commercials, did you see the scroll? There is a lot of European dates coming up around Royal Rumble time.
Yeah, I saw that. I was just taking a look here now. Yeah, that's... Here's the bad part about that, Brad. I'm looking at them. They're in January.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm nervous.
Well, they're already going back to 3 hours, dude.
That's why I'm nervous, Brad.
That's already been pretty much confirmed.
Yeah, Greg's not going back to 3 hours.
Greg's gonna be like, either I watch the last 2 hours of SmackDown or the first 2. You decide, Brad.
That Brad is making a big assumption I'm even going to watch 2 hours by then.
Greg's like cutting it back down to an hour. I'm going to watch 1 hour of SmackDown.
Brad, I will tell you, I thoroughly enjoyed our time off.
Listen, I enjoyed this episode until we couldn't beat Punk in Toronto.
Yeah, well, of course. All right, let's get out of here.
All right, friends, thank you for joining us again. We'll be back next week, allegedly.
Maybe.
Goodbye, friends.
The revolutionary podcasting sports entertainment. Father Greg and Brad, the dad bless you all with the lovely tales. But Friday night, SmackDown and beyond. Go to the outer limits of your mind with the SmackDaddies. Go to